Hello everyone, I'm Livy. Welcome to Livates. So your workout this morning is going to be a quick full body workout that's going to stretch and strengthen the whole body. This workout's mixed level, so I'm going to give you exercises with options to progress the exercise if you need to and make it harder, or to modify the exercise if you need to bring it down a level to suit the ability of your body. Okay, so let's get started. So we are going to begin just lying on our backs, feet flat on the floor, knee bent. And I just want you to just sink into the mat here. So we're just settling in, getting out all the little wiggles, and just feeling this sense of just resting on the mat. Good job. When you're ready from here, I want you to press the feet into the ground. All 10 toes are down. Then you're just going to tuck the tailbone and just press just the lower back into the mat. So I would like you to visualize a little grape right under the small of your back, and you're just tucking the tailbone, hollowing through the lower abdominals and squashing that grape. Good job. Okay, we're just going to do a few of these. So what we're doing here is just mobilizing through the lower back by moving the pelvis backwards. So we're tipping the pelvis backwards, pressing the back of the pelvis into the mat. Good job. One more here. Breathing out as we tuck. And on your next repetition, I want you to press the lower spine into the mat, but now you're going to roll the spine up, standing the feet, lifting the hips away from the mat, coming into mobility bridge. Good job. When you reach the top, take a lovely deep breath in, make sure that tailbone's still tucked. Then keeping the knees, the hips high, you're going to drop the ribs and eventually melt the rest of the spine down towards the mat. Hips come down and we roll the spine down to the mat. We've got 2 more of these. Okay, so when you're doing these mobility bridges, actually we'll do 4, I want you to think about the alignment of your body, okay? I want you to think about your spine as one long line, so we're always finding more length. And I want you to think about the alignment of your legs too. So knees are always reaching forward. Heels are in line with the hip joint here. Also, we're keeping supported from the sides. So we're drawing in through the ribs, okay? We're drawing the ribs in as we come up and down, okay? And that's the muscles called our obliques, which lie along our sides. So when we engage them, we provide this lovely kind of wrapping of support for the spine. Good job. I've lost count of how many I've done now. I think I've done about 2, but you can never get enough of these mobility bridges. Let's make this our last one here. And when you roll up this time, peel the spine away from the mat. Find your bridge position, and I just want you to hold it there, okay? Feel all 10 toes on the mat here. Option 1, we're just going to lift the heels one at a time, okay? Option 2, we're going to lift the knee. Breathing out as we lift, breathing in as we lower. Good job. So breathe out and lift, breathe in and lower, okay? If you want to progress this even more, you're going to lift the leg, straighten it, bend it, and then bring it back down. Okay, so those are your options. You've got your heel lift, you've got your knee lift, or you've got your knee lift with the straighten of the leg. Good job. Keep standing into the feet here. Keep keeping that tailbone tucked and keeping the hips lifted high, heavy shoulders. Keep breathing here. We've got 1 more on each side. Nice job. Control the movement through the inner thigh of the stabilizing leg. Keep breathing. Last one now. Good job. Stand into both feet. Lift those hips a little bit higher, tuck in the tailbone. And then you're going to melt the spine all the way down the mat. Keeping the hips pushing up as we drop the ribs. Knees energized forward. And eventually we peel down onto the mat. Good job. From here, you're just going to hug your knees briefly in towards your chest. Okay, lift your forehead up towards your knees so you're like a tight little ball, stretching out the back shoulders, relaxed. Good job. And then from here, you're going to come down at the mat. I want you to have your feet flat on the floor, knees bent, knees at about a 90-degree angle. Okay, palms are going to just come down by the side, and I want you to lengthen the back of the neck along the mat as much as you can so you're not jutting your chin up towards the ceiling. I want you to feel this sense of protection and drawing down through the lower abdominals. And when you're ready, you're going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to lift the right leg up to tabletop and then bring it down. And then we're going to switch legs. Okay? Now this is option one. Thinking about the alignment of our legs the whole time. That's what I want you to think about in this workout, is your alignment. All right, this is one of your fundamentals of Pilates. Okay, so you're either staying with the single leg lift, or to bring this up a level, you're going to bring both legs up into tabletop. Very difficult to do. Keep that low back pressing down into the mat, and you're going to inhale to tap the toe away. Breathe out, bring it back. Breathe in, tap away. Breathe out, bring it back. Good job. So these are your two options. Okay, so you're either going from both legs lifted, tapping the toes down, keeping the knees over the hips at the whole time. Don't let them fall too far in. Good job. Now if you're going from the floor here, okay, you're going to exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So it's the same thing, same breathing pattern. Good job. Keep that navel drawing in. If low back is starting to hurt here with your legs lifted, please take your feet down to the floor and go with that option instead. Nice work. Place the foot down exactly where it went each time. Last two here. Nice job. Keep going. 3 and 1. Good job. Bring both feet down towards the mat. From here, you're going to circle your arms overhead, and then you're going to arc them forward, pressing the shoulders into the mat, coming into chest lift. Good job. Okay, from here, I want you to take your legs up into that tabletop position once more, squeeze them together, and you're going to stretch both legs away, and then you're going to breathe out and bring them back. Good. Now this is option one. Option two, to modify the modifier, is just to stretch one leg away at a time and then bring it back. Okay, hands stay reaching forward here and bring it back. So we're either in double leg stretch and bringing it back, or we're just going a single leg stretch and bringing it back. Good job. Keep belly button pulling down towards the ground. Keep ribs hugging in. Good job. We're here for 3. Use the breath to pull in. 2. Good job. And 1. Nice work. Drop the chest down to the mat. Bring the legs down. Stretch the legs away. Stretch the arms overhead, coming into this full body stretch. Good job. Okay, from here, I want you to flex your heels and visualize pushing your thighs down towards the mat. Okay, I want you to bring your hands over the wrists, over the top of the shoulders, pressing the backs of the shoulders in the mat. From here, you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're just going to bring the arms forward. Okay, roll up through the chest and see if you can come into a seated position. Nice job. Then from here, we're going to go for a spine stretch. You're going to duck the head, reach through the hands and roll forward through the spine as you pull backwards in the belly button. Nice work. Then from here, you're going to straighten up. From here, we're going to tuck the tailbone around the spine. And I want you to see if you can come into a half roll down. So when we start trying to get the back of our pelvis on the mat here, and we're lowering down towards the mat as far as we can go, being sure to push through the heels. When you're there, breathe in. Breathe out, scoop up and in through the abdominals, lift up. Good, and then enjoy that stretch forward again. Okay, but when we stretch forward, we're not collapsing through the belly. We're feeling this lovely sense of going up and over. Good job. Now just keep going with these. Okay, so option 1 is just to go down as far as you can, getting the back of the pelvis down. Or option 2, we're going to come all the way down to the mat and do a full roll up. So arms stretch overhead. As we bring the arms forward, we flex the heels, toes point up towards us. We bring the arms forward, we lift the chest, we scoop up and in, and we roll up. And then we stretch over. Okay, we're just going to go for 3 more of these. So remember, you're either in full roll up like we just did, or you're in half like I'm demonstrating here, pulling up and in, but always going for that lovely stretch forward. Nice job. Pulling back. Shoulders are away from the ears at all times. Okay, we want this lovely space between the shoulders. So what we're doing when we do these roll-ups is can you hear my voice shaking? We're strengthening the abdominals, but we're also stretching all of the muscles of the back body, so all of the back of the legs and all of our lovely back as well. So anyone that suffers from back pain, this is an excellent exercise to do. Good job. Last one here, coming up and over. And then we'll reach and stretch. Nice job. Okay, from here, I'll just turn to face you so you can see it a little bit better. I want feet out in front. I want you to have your feet at about hip distance apart. You can bend your legs here, but I want you to find your sitting bones, so those bones in the bottom of your pelvis that you sit on, okay? If you need to stop the video here and go and grab yourself a towel or a cushion to pop under your bum just to elevate your hips a little bit, then please do, okay? So when you're ready, hands are going to come around the back. Hands are going to come around the back of the head. Elbows reach outwards. Shoulder blades roll down. Belly pulls in and we're going for the twist. So we're going to twist over to the right and then center. Spine twist. Left and then center. Think about the shoulder blades being heavy in the back here. And I want you to think about, as you twist, really pulling the lower belly in towards you, your navel in towards you, just to protect the low spine. Okay? And the reason we're doing this twist is to mobilize our spine right in the middle of it, right in the area that gets stiff. It's called our thoracic spine. Okay? Now, in order to allow this middle part to twist, we need to solidify our lower spine bottom part to prevent us from hurting our back. And we do that by drawing in our core, drawing in this inner corset, what we feel. Good job. Last two. I've probably talked for too long now. I bet the front of your hips are screaming. Good job. And then stop there. Nice work. From here, we're going to come down onto our sides. Okay? So I want you just to stretch your underside arm away and just come into this lovely side lion position. Okay? So underside arms overhead. We're going to do some really simple, basic work, but it's so challenging. So hips are stacked here. So's your shoulders. Top side shoulders in line with top side hip. Most importantly, with side line, let's find our underside lift. So we're not just hanging out here. We're drawing underside elbow and underside armpit down towards underside hip as this top side hip lengthens away. We create this little space underneath it and we create this hour. I want you to think of your waist as an hourglass here, okay? So once you've found that space, think about sandwiching the spine with the back and the abdominals. Inhale and lift the top leg up to hip height and then lower. Good job. Up to hip height and then lower. Now top arm can be stretched up towards the ceiling here if you want to challenge balance a bit more, or if you really want to work on your stability or you feel like it gives you a bit more control, then pop your hand in front, okay? But I do encourage you to challenge your balance with the hand in the air. Good job. Now don't worry if you wobble here. I want you to be sending all of your tension out of your neck, out of your shoulders, into the hips and the pelvis, so into this low belly area here below the belly button. Good job. Keep lifting. On the next repetition, you're going to keep it lifted up, and then we're going to see if we can squeeze underside leg up to meet it and then bring it down. Good job. So we lift, squeeze. This is really hard. Don't worry if you can't get far. I can't get that far, and then bring it down. Good. So we're lifting and squeezing, thinking about length through the legs, and then we're lifting. Good job. And then bringing it down. Let's go for double leg lift. Okay, get those feet where you can see them. And when you're ready, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the legs together and lift. And then bring it down. Try not to lose this gap in the underside. I know it's really hard, but this is why we do this side lion. Okay, we're working the muscles of the side, those obliques, what we found at the beginning in the bridges. Okay, we're challenging their ability to keep the position of our waist as we lift the legs up and down. Because quite naturally we just want to sink, don't we? Good job. Last one here, lifting and then lowering. Good job. From here I want you to bend underside leg up towards you. Use your hand to push yourself up into a seated position. You can adjust the legs however you want. And then you're going to stretch this one, your side, stretch this leg sideways, then you're going to bring your arm up and over and stretch. Good job. And then bring it back. Nice. We're going to do all that on the other side. So find your lovely side lion position. Think about lying up against a wall. This is something that I really like to visualize and what I use a lot with my clients. So hips are stacked, Feet are where you can see them. Underside arm overhead. Let's find that lovely lift so we're not hanging out down here. We're lifting up and in, drawing underside elbow down to underside hip. Elbow, armpit. Stretching top side hip away. Drawing in through the abdominals. Good job. Choose your arm position. Let's go for those single leg lifts. So we lift up to hip height and then we'll lower. Lifting up and then lowering. Good job. Up and then lowering. Think about length through the body here. Length through the legs. Lifting up and then lowering. Good job. Keep going. So again, what I want you to focus on here is alignment, okay? We're really focused on the alignment of the waist here, okay? Not so much about the legs. The leg is just to challenge our ability to hold this position, this alignment of our tummy. Good job. Keep going. Let's work those inner thighs a little bit. You're going to lift it at, you're going to leave it at hip height, and then you're going to lift and squeeze underside leg up. That's really hard for me, that side. While lifting up. This is definitely my weaker side. Is it yours? Breathing out and lifting up. Keep sandwiching the spine, navel to spine. Keep lifting up. Good job. Couple more here. Don't let the top hip drop, and lifting up. And then together, let's go for double leg lifts. Okay, so I want you to point the toes here. I want you to almost lengthen the tailbone downwards. Draw the lower belly in. You're going to breathe in, breathe out and lift. And then come back. Good job. Breathe out and lift. And then come back. Breathe and lift. And then back. Two more here. Breathe and lift. Squeezing together and then back. Think about your waist. Lifting up. And then back. When you lift the legs, lift the underside waist too. Lifting up. And then release. Well done. Let's go for that stretch on the other side. Underside leg is going to bend up towards me. We're going to use our hands to push ourselves up into a seated position. Readjust the legs however is comfortable for you. Then I'm going to bring your arm up and over, enjoying this lovely side stretch. You can gaze at the hand if you want to. Just breathe in here and release it. Okay, you guessed it, next is back extension. Never ever miss out your back extension. From here, bring your hands, square them with the front of your mat. You're going to turn around and come into a high plank. I always like to throw a little plank in there. So from here, you're just going to hold your plank. You've got the option to be on your knees here if you need it, but I encourage you to try it from your hands. Keep holding here. Long line from tailbone to crown of the head. Shoulders and hips and heels are like in one line, or in one straight line like a plank of wood. Good job. Hold and push here for 3, 2, I bet you're shaking now, and then 1. Lower yourself all the way down towards the mat. And we're going to come into our lovely back extension. So we're just going to do some swan dive prep here. So I would like you to have your hands kind of just in front of being underneath your shoulders, okay? Elbows are in. Forehead is pressing down into the mat, okay? Legs lengthen away. And I want you to visualize this corset being tightened around your lower belly here, like right around where your pelvis is. So we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to pull that corset tight to protect the lower spine. When you're ready, you're going to draw the shoulder blades down the back, and you're going to lengthen through the crown of the head and just lift the chest, just coming into baby swan. Okay, so just a gentle back extension here. Now I want you to think about lengthening forward here, okay, rather than backwards. We're scrunching right at the middle of the back, and we're lifting the chest up and away from the mat. Good job. I want you to think about shining the heart forward along the mat rather than lifting it away. Good job. And then come back. Now we're going to see if we can come into full cobra. If this isn't there for you, please stay with baby swan. Otherwise, follow me. From here, lifting and lengthening, we're going to lift the chest, lengthen through the crown of the head, press strongly into the hands, and see if you can just lift up into your full swan. Okay, if you only get halfway, that's fine. If you get all the way, that's great. If you want to stick with baby swan, then that's fine too. But we're just going to lift and hold here. Navel pulls in towards the spine for 3, for 2, and 1. Come down. We're just going to do 1 more here. So we're stretching the front of the body here while shortening the back. Think of that. Okay, so we'll lift the chest. Crown of the head reaches forward. Legs press down into the mat. We'll lift up into full cobra, stretch it. Breathe in here for 3. Keep tailbone pointing between the legs, 2. And 1, come down. Good job. All right, from here, let's sit back into our child's pose rest position. So we're just going to sit the hips all the way back towards the heels, stretching the arms away. And you can just sway your hips from side to side here. If this is too much on your knees, if your knees are a bit sore, you can just go ahead and get onto your back and just hug your knees into your chest with the hands behind the thighs. Okay, same stretch, there or thereabout. Good. Now I just want you to feel really loose in the body here and just breathe. Nice work. Okay, from here you're going to come forward and come into a seated position to face me. Okay. And then we're just going to finish off just with some really easy movement of the spine. Okay. So we're just going to bring our arms overhead. And then we're just going to turn to the side, taking one hand to the front of the side of the knee, other hand comes behind, and we're just going to lift up and look over the shoulder. Breathe here for 3. Relax your shoulders. 2. And 1. And you're going to come back. We're just going to do that on the other side. So nice and easy. Turning, looking over your shoulder. Not forgetting about that lower belly. Pulling in to protect the lower spine. Holding here for 3. For 2. And 1. Good job. Come back to center. Take hands around the front of the knees. Close those lovely eyes for us, please. And just really feel a sense of sitting nice and strong. And let's just take some deep breaths. So we're inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in, relaxation. Breathing out, tension. Finding stillness with each breath. When you're ready, you're going to open your eyes. And you're done. Well done for getting on your mat today. Well done for making it this far in the workout. I can't wait to see you for the next workout. So enjoy your day and thanks for joining us. Bye.